you hear me? Yes. Good afternoon. My name is Lovely, and I'm working as an engineering manager at IKEA. Basically, my background was also senior software engineer, and I'm working with the payments industry for quite some time now. So even before IKEA, I was working at Bowl, again, on the payment side. So I have quite some knowledge on the payments, so I thought, why not to share with all of you. So today, I'm going to talk about how the payment execution works at IKEA. So basically, maybe I can start with some questions. How many of you have ever shopped with IKEA? All of us, almost. And how many of you have shopped with IKEA online? Again, so then I guess it's going to be easy for me to explain you the checkout journey of IKEA, because all of you, most of them, are already familiar. So let's start. So you might be already familiar with shopping at IKEA. So you might have seen this page already. So this is the web checkout page when you go and shop online at IKEA or on the online IKEA.com. So this is the last step, the payment step during the checkout journey of IKEA. So once you add some items on your cart and go to your basket, fill up your shipping and the billing details, and then continue to payment, you will see in this page. So it looks very simple. You will see only a couple of payment methods. You just need to enter your credit card details, and you click on payment. And then, based on the payment is going to be succeeded or failed, you're going to be redirected to a confirmation page or come back to a payment to the payment page in case the payment is failed, and they will ask you to try again with some other page. So this is basically one of the checkout journey that we support. Other than that, we also have an express payment option within IKEA. So this is basically an express option where you don't really have to fill your shipping and billing details. And you can skip that part, and you can do a faster checkout. This is also that we support today. So you might have seen already, today we support two types of express payment option. One is the Apple Pay and also the Google Pay. So it depends on the market, which market you're going to shop. You're going to get the options, either Apple or Google. Also based on the device. But for example, for now, we only support Apple Pay only a Safari on an iOS device. But soon, it's going to be also available in other devices. And the next one, if you have ever shopped at IKEA at the store, like a big purchase, maybe a kitchen or something, the customer creates your order in the desk, and they will send you a link so that you can pay online. So you don't have to pay at the till, but you can still pay online. So they will send you a link. If you click on that link, it will redirect you to this payment page. So these are the three variants that we support today. But everything looks really simple from here, because you only see a payment button, and then you can land into the confirmation page. But no one really knows what happens on the background, how this whole execution works. So we thought today we're going to share some of this. So the whole checkout journey is not that simple than how it looks now. It includes a lot more. So accepting payments is not more than just taking money from the customers. It's a whole lot of process that are included here. So you see, there's a card, there's a checkout, there's a shipping that every sales channel has owned. But on the payment part, there is a lot more than that. So there is a payment step, so the one that you see on the payment page, but there is also reporting that we have to do, also the reconciliation, so how many transactions has been processed, how much amount has been processed, we need to reconcile with our PSP. There is a financial accounting involved. There is a configuration, so we do a lot of customer configurations on our side. That involves like which payment methods to offer to the customers for which market, depending on the customer type, if it's a business customer or a private customer. Also, the amount of the transaction, if it's a higher amount, so which payment methods we can offer or which not. Other than that, we have a pricing agreement with our acquirers, with the banks, with the PSPs. For some PSP, it's like a flat transaction fee we need to pay. For some, we have to do based on the acquirer pricing as well. And then we have to follow the PCI DSS. I don't know if some of you are aware about it. It's more about if you have to pay with your card, debit or credit, then we have to go through, or we have to be the PCI DSS compliant, because it's more about the card industry. So these are the legal regulations that we also need to follow. Other than that, we also have to follow the refunds in case the transaction went wrong and the order could not be placed, or someone wants to return the product, how we can refund the amount that we captured from the customer. Also, we have integration with the PSP. We have our local regulators, which is also like for some countries, if you wanted to generate an invoice, there are some mandatory documents or numbers that we need to capture before we can take the payments. Other than that, we also have a card scheme, which is basically a global card network that includes like a Visa, MasterCard that we also need to take care of for which card network we wanted to choose and we wanted to take the payment through. So there is a lot of the whole story that is being involved once the payment button is clicked and the customer lands on the confirmation page. So we thought, why won't we just kind of make all these steps into a service and we'll start offering it as a payment as a service. So then for the other channels that are taking payments within IKEA can use this service and take the payment. So that they don't have to do their separate integrations with their PSPs and do the same process. And whole bunch of things they have to do separately. So we started offering our payment as a service. So we bunch everything together and call it as a payment as a service. You'll see it in the next slide. So that's called a payment as a service, where we offer a lot of things as a package. So we take care of making a payment, so triggering a payment, offering the button to the customer, the right payment options, plus knowing how to pay. So basically, not just showing the payment options, but also giving the instructions to the customers how to basically initiate the payment, so that they don't have to feel the problems with the scrolling sometimes or not finding the right payment option. Plus, we also bundle triggering order, reconciliation in case of any issues with the refund or duplicate payments or something like that, so resolving issues, creating receipts like invoices, and yeah. So that's the aim. We created our payment as a service with a mission to deliver exceptional omni-channel payment solution. Omni-channel is basically to support multiple channels. It could be in-store, mobile, or online. Also, for our IKEA customers, because there will be a sense of security, if they see it belongs to IKEA, it will be easy for the customer to understand and take the payment through. Also for our users, basically, it will be who also wanted to take benefit from our service. They can use it in a reusable way, efficient way, and in a scalable way. So that's what we came up with. But then it was coming in form of a library that the users of the payment library has to integrate. But then we thought, why can't we just host our standalone application that the customer can directly get redirected to? So we will take care of everything. They just need to redirect the customers to our hosted payment page, and they can make the payment there, and we will take care of redirecting back the customer. So we bundle everything together as a package. Now, the sales part has only thing, they need to only take care of the checkout part, and the rest of everything we are taking care of. So the checkout process still will be the responsibility of IKEA sales channel, but the rest we will take care of. Now, here it comes, the hosted payment page. So this is our latest product that we discovered after we collab everything into the payment as a service. We started hosting this into a web page called Hosted Payment Page, and started with a proof of concept with some of our IKEA sales channels. We started with this with the food mobile. So basically, whenever you go to IKEA cafeteria, you wanted to order food, you can add the food into a basket. You will scan this QR code. You will be redirected to the IKEA food mobile, and once you add something to your cart and go to checkout, basically, it has to go through all the payment processing steps, like we discussed in the previous slide. That has to go through all the steps that are involved in the payment, and then it will redirect, basically, connection to the PSP, and the PSP will redirect back the customer to this food mobile payment page. So instead of this whole payment processing step, we introduce our payment page here. So basically, when you click on the proceed to payment, you'll be redirected to our standalone application. We will take care of redirecting the customer back to the Food Mobile once the payment has been done, all the processing has been done, the reconciliation has been done, back to the confirmation page. So here, our hosted payment page comes into the picture. The look and feel of this hosted payment page is exactly will be the same as we follow the same design standard and the patterns of IKEA, what we have today. So this product is already launched in a couple of markets like Spain and more. So the customer are already using it. But now we are going to leverage this hosted payment page in more sales channels. It could be like when you wanted to sell IKEA gift cards, or if you wanted to pay for a return fee, like the delivery fee, if you wanted to return some of the product, and you have to pay the part of the delivery fee, because sometimes it's really difficult to refund only half of the part when you wanted to just deduct the delivery cost and the rest of the product. So this is the flexibility that hosted payment page is going to support. So first, it will be really easy to possible to connect to other IKEA sales channels by just integration with the single API. So you just need to connect to our API, onboard to hosted payment page, and then we will take care of the rest. So you don't have to do anything. We will send some kind of events when the payment has been done or failed to you, and then, yes, it will be done. The next one is about, it will support both the online and the omni-channel supported, as long as the customer is going to use their own device. Because if the customer is not going to use their own device, it could be that we have to, again, be a PCI DSS compliant, the customer device. So that's why it can only support as long as the customer is going to use their own device to finalize the payment. Also, we are going to support like customer configurations. So again, for each channel, we will support different kind of configurations to show the different payment methods based on the amount, based on the consumer of this hosted payment page, and based on the market, and so on. Also, like I said, we followed the latest IKEA designing pattern, so it will be easy and recognizable by the customers of IKEA that they are still secure, and the payments are going to be done in a safe way. Next to this, there are a lot of benefits of hosted payment page that we could see. First, about the IKEA look and feel. So it follows the IKEA guidelines. The customer can easily recognize it's IKEA branding. It will also help us to take advantage of the payment orchestrator that I'm going to explain in the next slide. Also, since it uses the same library that has been used in the web checkout, in the pay order, and the express, so it's already have a good track record of processing number of transactions, so definitely there will be no pitfall. And again, simple and to the point. So you will only see, for example, the amount that needs to be paid and nothing else. So no more details about the orders or anything like that. So it's just straight to the point. And again, like I said, it will support the configurations. So IKEA payment methods, it depends on, you can also pay like a partial payment with a gift card. Also, different kind of payment method that is going to support. It could be like for some market, for example, if you're in Netherlands, iDeal is more preferred than the credit card. So we can do these kind of configurations into this. Tailored for the UI redirect, so it will have like a custom UI redirect support. So for example, if payment is gonna be failed, you will provide us a redirect URL where we need to redirect the customer to, and we will do so. In case the payment has been successful, again you will provide us redirect URL for a successful redirect, and we will redirect the customer there. So everything is configurable. It's quite easy and to follow. Secure processing, again, you don't have to follow all this PCI DSS scope. Everything will be taken care by hosted payment page, so you can just connect, it's more like a plug and play. You can connect, and you can disconnect whenever you want. After this, since after the launch of this, we thought, yeah, it's really good, it's great. But then we also thought, why not to extend it a bit more? So we thought of introducing a concept called the payment orchestration. This is a layer before we integrate to the PSP. What we do today, we integrate to a PSP, who help us to take care of the payments, like connecting to the acquirer, to the banks, and so on. But this step is coming a bit earlier in the payment. So whenever we trigger a transaction, we define which PSP we need to connect to. And there could be like multiple PSP, but at the same time, we have to integrate with those multiple PSP. So this is where the payment orchestration comes in. There are two types of payment orchestration. One is like the customer payment transaction, and one is about the payment transaction orchestration. So in the customer payment orchestration, it's more about the configuration that we do today in-house at IKEA. For example, configuring the payment methods based on the amount, type of customer, and so on. But this is the transaction-based payment orchestration, where we can also choose which PSP we wanted to connect to. So for example, when you click on the pay button, and we redirect to one PSP, and for some reason the payment got failed, and the customer will be redirected back to the payment page, like something happened wrong and the payment has been failed, please try again, or try a different payment method. But with this payment orchestrator, it has a lot of features. For example, if you think about the smart routing, so in case acquirer or a PSP is down, the customer will not know anything, but at the same time, if a PSP is down, with this smart routing, your transaction will be redirected to another PSP, and your transaction will go through. So we will have more conversion rate and more success rate. That's where this payments orchestration come in. Also, it also provides the feature for reconciliation. So whatever we have to do today in-house with every PSP, we have to do some reconciliations with the cross-check of the amounts, with the number of transactions that we process. That has everything will be done by the orchestration layer, so we don't have to take care of those things. Also, like I said, the connections and the processing, it will help us to connect to not just one PSP, multiple PSPs, multiple acquirers, so we don't have to take care of creating separate contracts with each acquirers or each PSPs. Everything will be taken care by the orchestration. We will just have one single connection API to this orchestration, and everything will be sorted out. Next to this, it will also help us in the vault. So vault is basically where you can store your network tokens if you are storing credit card details. So those things will also be taken care by the orchestration layer, because it has to, again, go through so many legal regulations that we have to follow. And last but not the least, on the analytics part, because again, for each PSP, we need to see the performances of our PSPs, also the performance of the acquirers. For example, we also track for each market which payment method is processing the most, or performing the most, and which payment method has the more success rate or the conversion rate. Conversion rate is basically when you initiate a payment and when it goes to a completion. So this is where this payment orchestration comes in. So in order to top up our payment as a service, we also introduce this payment orchestration layer, where we can get all these benefits from just one layer. Next to this, payment orchestration is an enabler to streamline payment complexity, because we are going to get a lot of benefits out of the box from this orchestration layer that we have to do in-house at some point. What are those? The intelligent routing. So sometimes this routing are very smart. It could be that you will configure things in the configurator. So they support sometimes the different kind of configurator system that you can put, OK, for 30% of the transaction, you need to go to this PSP, and the 70% needs to go to this PSP. In case the transaction fail, please reroute to the third PSP. But they also have some inbuilt AI. So if they see the pattern, one transaction was failing and you were supposed to go to a PSP2, then they will do it smartly. That's why it's called the intelligent or the smart routing. That some of the vendors that support payment orchestration has also support this. Next to this is less time to market. For example, if we have to launch a new payment method to our market, we have to go to a PSP who supports that payment method and have to do the integration with them. And every time for a new payment method, if I have to do a new integration to a new PSP, you can imagine how much time it's going to take. But with this payment orchestration, since they already have a lot of connection made to multiple PSP, it's going to be really easy and less time to market just to roll out a new payment method. Next to this, we have the digital wallets. So again, like I said, in the Express checkout, we do support today Google Pay and the Apple Pay, only 2 wallets at this moment. But with this orchestration layer, since again, it's going to help us to introduce new or more wallets very fast and easy integration. Then last but not the least, the easy reconciliations. Again, we have to do a lot of reconciliations with our PSPs, with the acquirers, with the payment methods. That's going to be easy because they are going to provide us out of the box. So this is how the payment orchestration at IKEA is going to look like. So we will have our merchant Inca. Then there will be the single connection with our orchestration layer that you could see. And they will provide all the benefits from this. And they will help us to connect to multiple full-serve PSPs, gateways, and APMs. So basically, now the whole payment as a service is going to become our internal PSP within IKEA that all the IKEA retail channels can basically use. And that's it. Any questions or something? All right, no, then thank you.